here, especially at our club, we do not try and submit somebody when we're standing. The idea is always to transition to the ground and immediately submit if you can. If you can't, you get a good controlling position, you know, like it says up on the wall in the barn suit, control the position, get the submission. So, where's TJ? Come here, TJ. So this is a good example. Even if I'm against the fence, I can still do this. He snaps me down and he gets me in a standing guillotine, right? Go ahead and walk up, you're fine. Okay? So, and I do this all the time to guys that come in. It usually only happens once and they stop doing it, but it almost always happens with new guys. So he's got control of it, and he might even be like cranking and stuff, but as soon as I can get my hips underneath me, now I can lift them up. I can use my hips, and he goes down, okay? Usually it's a foot sweep, but with a bigger guy like TJ, if I like him, you know, I'll just clip them around the side. If I don't like them, I pick them up and I thigh lift them, and then I slam them back down again. They're usually stupid enough to keep the guillotine in and the Yvonne flu choke. So, in my experience, nothing good ever came of trying to stand in submission, even if it's against the fence, unless you know the guy is just horrible at the clinch. Whether that be clinch throws or Muay Thai or whatever it is, in a real-world situation, you can't just assume that, oh, I'm going to be able to catch this, and the guy doesn't know how to foot sweep or hip throw or whatever. Why assume? Take him down, right? It's easy. If you can get control for his head, you can do any of the moves that we're doing there.
And again, when we talk about transitions, Derek has every intention of doing a submission, and he has probably a pretty good idea what he wants to do to finish. What we just did on the sumigaishis and the rolling movements, you all ended up in a perfect position on top of him. We were talking about before, you've got a neck crank, you've got a guillotine, you've got all kinds of chokes, or you're just flat out on top of him, okay? But we had a very specific idea.
Right. So, mini guilt trip over. Next move. Okay, so if I have a hold of this, okay, now what I can do is I can actually start working his legs. Now the easiest one that I found is, again, if I'm going forwards and backwards and it's not working so well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and push again, and if he pushes back into me.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
Do it again.
Down, okay, I'm pushing here, okay, he pushes back, I try it again, he pushes back.
And judo guys, that's Waza.
Yeah.
Okay, you old timers, Waza.
Right, it's not backwards. That's the one big thing I want to stress here. I'm not coming back here and then rolling back and doing this, okay? I'm pushing him and then I'm turning sideways and tripping him sideways. Just like that. Okay? If I was going to do it without the movement, okay, I would turn this way and see how he twists over there. If I go backwards, I don't have the torque anymore of his head and shoulders. But if I turn sideways, okay, sideways, right? You can also rotate out this way and catch him. The back of your calf or your foot or your heel should make contact with the leg.
The obvious thing here, guys, is the leg. Everybody saw the leg was, everybody keyed in on that, didn't they? The hips are the important thing.
Right.
The movement of his hips, that's why he said this works, and it does, because his hips shift under him. It's not a leg throw. You don't stick your leg out and he falls over it. How he stepped under. Can you demo again? Watch the hip movement this time instead of the leg so much. See the hips? We always say, you know, everything leads with the hips. We start in that. There's a great example of it, controlling with the hips.
Right.
Perfect.
Now, if you're trying to do that, you want to get a little bit more advanced, okay, we can catch here. I can move him forward, and when he takes another step forward, okay, I can step here and just foot sweep him out. If you're going to do that one, be nice and let go of the guy's head. Okay, if you're doing it in a competition, or if you don't like him, sweep him, follow him down. Okay, but it's pretty nasty. You come right down on the guy's chest and you've got a hold of his head and his arm. It's like you're immediately compacting him.
So, yeah, it's hard compression.
Okay, pushing forward, he puts forward. Okay, just a foot sweep, that's it. He pushes back, step sideways, turn out, foot sweep. All right?
Let's show the main move one more time.
Okay, one more time. That, okay, push, back, okay, again, I'm going to push again, push back, and over we go. All right, let's try it.
There we have it. No-gi uki waza. Uki waza, for those of you interested, uki means to float or to straddle over something. Waza is a technique. And that's the from a classic judo sense, and we sure can use it and make. Here we have it. Guys practicing the no-gi uki waza. We got Ben and Steve working on it here at our Shingi Tai training camp. Okay, goes right in a nice case of gatami. Scarf hold, you got good side position if you want to stay on top of it for a mount or a tate shiho situation. Nice, rolls right over. See how Steve did it slightly different than Ben, and he rolled right over on top. A tate shiho gatami or a vertical hold or a mount. And there he did it. Guys, you did the wrong leg, but there would be a case in, if I call it judo, be yoko wakari, you know, side separation. But hey, this shows this stuff works. You get his balance broken. That's a good example of maybe a screw up, but it still worked. There we go. Very nice. And you can see the differences in the body types and how they do them slightly, but it works for them. And that's the point. Make it work for you. It's a good functional throw. And you're right on top of it. There we got no-gi, uki waza, and just doing a practice on it.